What's going on, everybody? The Island Rex coming to you live with another video. I want to talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins. I just got finished watching his interview on the Breakfast Club. You know, if you've been tuning in, if you were like a subscriber to his channel, well, if you're not, like I would say to all my subscribers, if you haven't heard of him before, Dr. Boyce Watkins, he's like he teaches financial literacy. He's like a financial advisor, and you know, he just tell people how to invest their money. It's a great channel. It's very amazing. You know, I love watching his channel, and I just try to learn as much as I can as possible. You know, as a young African American male, 25, you know, I'm still young, still trying to learn, you know, my ropes. I moved to LA about a couple of months ago, and this, you know, I just been trying to find my way. You know, for the most part, I do music. I just been trying to, you know, just trying to find my way, and you know, I plan on opening my own businesses probably like 28. But I'm just trying to soak up as much knowledge as I can, and you know, learn. I want to open a laundromat, and I want to open a app. You know, I got a lot of ideas that I want to try. You know, I plan on investing in stocks and stuff. So, you know, just learning a lot of things as much as I can, you know, and just pretty much trying to take advantage of all opportunities that I have out here. With that being said, I had a discussion, with one of my friends, probably a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, the reason he doesn't watch Dr. Boyce Watkins is because he's pro-black, you know, and, you know, and by him, you know, he doesn't, he has his girl is, you know, Hispanic or whatever, but, and, this my guy, you know, close, like he's really like one of my close friends, man. He's cool. Like, hopefully he don't mind me, you know, kind of putting his business out there, but, you know, he's more like, you know, he feel like, he should be equal to everybody. You know, he should be, pro everybody, not just pro black. And I couldn't really go into full detail of to why, I believe, well, this is just my opinion of why I believe that, you know, Dr. Boyce Watkins is so pro-black is because, I mean, well, first of all, it started, that's where he come from. You know, he's African American. So, you know, he comes from the black community. So it would be you know, it would be just natural for him to want to empower his own, you know, his own community and where he come from, his own race, you know. So that's just, to me, that's what I would, you know, you see like certain, you know, celebrities or people who come from the same background, they get to a certain level and they forget about, you know, I remember, I heard a story where, you know, like it'd be people that come from African American culture, come from the African American race, and, you know, they would, you know, rather take care of, you know, other races opposed to helping their own race, you know, opposed to help building up their own community. You get what I'm saying? So I think that that's a brilliant idea, you know, and, you know, because other races, if you notice other races, like the white race, the Caucasians, like they really, try to help each other. Like they really give knowledge and really try to help each other. You know, they really influence each other and back each other. Like African Americans, like we are the ones who is more so crab in the pot. Like that's a lot of where I come from. That's the mentality of, you know, majority of the African Americans. You know, it's more so a crab in the pot type of mind state. You know, we want to try to do better than the other person, or, you know, it's more so like how can I explain it? It's kind of like peer pressure. And, you know, as far as like, let's say if a person got some Jordans or some the latest shoes or whatever, and another person don't have it, let's say the person can't afford it, or he wearing felines, or he's investing in a business, and that person, like, people will clown that person and try to, you know, persuade that person to change their outfit. And, you know, and like where we come from, it's just like, you know, they use like hip hop music, and, you know, they use different things to, you know, kind of make a person get, you know, kind of feel depressed because they're not, you know, as cool as this person is because they got Jordans, and they're not talking to this female, and et cetera, et cetera. So if you could take your platform and uplift your people, that I found that just amazing, you know, and outstanding. You know, that's one of my favorite channels that I've been watching, you know, to help me get by this entertainment thing, you know. I feel like, I've been watching a lot of entertainment throughout my entire life. And I posted this video on my page. I posted Dr. Boyce Watkins video, and I said that to my friends on Facebook. I said, hey, if you could take 30 minutes out of your day to watch a TV show that really isn't going to do anything, have no positive effect on you long term or can't help you in any way. If you could take 32 minutes out of your day and watch that, 30 minutes out of your day and watch that, then you could watch something that's going to be beneficial for you and something that you can, learn that's going to help you long term, and I tag so many people in it. Of course, a lot of people just don't care. They want a handout, and they want for people to, they want to, pretty much like once you do the work, they want to be like, hey, well, help me with this, or let me get some money and blah blah blah, instead of saying, hey, what did you do to get there? And that person show them the ropes and stuff. So I think Floyd Mayweather has a saying. He says, I show people how to, I teach people how to fish. I can't fish for them, and I think that's what Dr. Boyce Watkins is preaching. But yeah, so like I said, like he really is pro-black, and I love that. I understand where my friend is coming from, but at the same time, our community is more so pull each other down. So I think that's a great thing of Dr. Boyce Watkins, and eventually the word is spread. He's close to, like, I think he's at 200,000 subscribers. So just say he get 1 million and he's able to influence people, on a bigger platform, so anything is possible. I want to enroll in a school, I just haven't I really haven't made the time for, I'm not even gonna sit up here and make excuses. I've been doing other things. I've been bullshitting. Like, I could be honest. But I am going to do the class. Like, I know I am. Also, if you look at a lot of these other races, like you look at like the Latino community, right? Just notice how they're pretty much dominating. Like, they're coming over here with little to nothing, and they pretty much own almost everything. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're pretty much owning companies and owning businesses, and they're bringing their people in. And they're pretty much like, even where I come from, like, I'm out in LA now. I'm out in California, so it's nothing but, Mexicans and Latinos. Like, it's just they're out here, like, they're kind of flooded, right? So they are pretty, and the same thing back at home where I was living back at home in Maryland. We had nothing but, Mexicans just kind of just taking over, like owning, like just pretty much owning almost every store in a certain city. Like, they're just everywhere, right? And they're coming over here and they're taking advantage of all opportunities. White people had already been doing it. They already been helping their people get into certain positions and helping their people help build their people up. The Asian community, they do the same exact thing. Every race does it but us. So for him to try to do that, it's just amazing to me. It's outstanding, and I applaud him, for what he's doing. That's why I follow him. I believe that our community is a crab in the pot, effect. Like, I got a new job, right? And the first thing, I told my friend, like, cause I had got fired at one of my jobs. And when I had got fired from one of my jobs, I was making like $11 or $11, right? And when I lost the job, I was out of, I wasn't having no money. I couldn't depend, like, I really tried not to call anyone to try to get back on my feet. Cause I started off, I was homeless when I came out here. I saved up like $1,300. This is me living in LA. I just moved to LA. I quit my job back at home. And, when I quit my job, I sold all my stuff. And I moved out LA, to chase my dream, chase my music. I'm the type of person that I do not quit until I get what I want. Like, I will die trying to get what I want. Like, I will never stop, until I get what I want. And what I want to be is, known with my music, and make a name for myself, but also inspire in a positive way. And influence my community. The same thing with Dr. Boyce Watkins does, but I want to put it into music fashion and in that way. But also having, resources, and also, opening a business and be invested in stocks. But that's what I want to say as far as like, like, we as African Americans are pretty much just, we're the only crab in the pot race. And that's how a lot of us think, so I feel as though, like I said, I applaud them. Other races, they don't think like that. They don't think like we think. Like, they don't care about, like, they could be like 6 deep in one house. Like, I'm living with, oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm all over the place. I want to go back to that topic because now I just remember I lost my train of thought. So I'm sorry, but I want to talk about my friend. We was on the phone and I had lost my job and I was just going through it. I didn't have any money. I didn't want to borrow any money because when I came out here, I saved up $1,300. And when I was staying in the hotels and I blew all my money. Once I blew all my money, I had to go stay in a homeless shelter. I stayed in a homeless shelter for about a month, got 2 jobs and built my way back up, renting a room. Then once I rented a room, then I ended up getting a new job because I had lost my job and my other job cut back hours. None of my friends or the people I talked to was like trying to help me, as far as like with my situation, right? So it was not a problem. So I called, I was talking to my friend and I was talking to him and we were having a conversation or whatever. And, he said, damn, man, when I told him I had a new job that I was making $13 an hour, it's better than my last job. He said, damn, you shitting on me. Like, why would you even say something like that? Like, why would you say that? Oh, you shitting on me. Like, that attitude to me is like, oh, if, you're doing better than me. Like, I don't want you to do better than me. Like, that's how I took it. Like, he's upset that I'm making more. Like, it's not even about that. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't even look at people like that. I don't look at people with, as far as like money. Like, money isn't like that. Like, money is, I ain't gonna say it's not important, but I don't live for money. I had this one female that I was talking to, my ex, right? And she was telling me about, her boyfriend and how her boyfriend, her baby father gave her I think he haven't been in his child life for a while. And he just came back and gave him the mother $5,000. And she was like so excited and all this, like he's been doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Like, I'm like, she called me like I should be excited and she's all excited. And I'm like, $5,000, like $5,000 isn't important to me. Like, as far as like what will be important to me would be being there for my child, my son. That walk in the park is way more important than $5,000, $10,000, because that money's going to go. And then when that money is gone, then what are you going to do? Like that, like the values of life is what's important to me. Just walking in the park with your child, and I know that child needs money, but at the end of the day, like, you can have all the money in the world and your child be like, missing those little small things, and that's why a lot of kids just don't understand that, that's why a lot of homes are just broken. The attitudes, people are so money driven, money hungry. I like money, but at the end of the day, like, I've been without, like when I was standing in a homeless shelter, money, I didn't have money. So I had to learn, I've learned how to, it made me better. I looked at homeless people way different, I looked at homeless people way different, and it made me appreciate life way more, and sometimes you have to be without in order to figure things out. But like I said, I'm finding my way. My friend, like I said, he was like, man, you shitting on me. I'm not shitting on nobody. Like, I wouldn't, and when you talk to people like that, that's how they take it. Because like, and as far as like, you want to give them advice and show them, look, man, this is what I learned, blah, blah, blah. Like, and they look at it like, oh, you think you better than me. Like, that's not a good attitude to have. Nobody's trying to think, look, if somebody's trying to help you, it's the difference between somebody trying to help you and just thinking they're better than you. If somebody think they're better than you, they'd be like, man, you look, and that's why the culture that we come from, that goes right back to what I was talking about. Like, that's how our culture thinks. We so busy trying to do better than the next person that when a person comes along that's trying to help, they think they're doing better than them. Nah, like, that's not. Either way, like I said, but like I said, I think that, Dr.Boyce Watkins is doing great at inspiring the black community, and as far as like trying to uplift the people, because our race, like, you got the Jewish culture, they're helping one another get ahead, but our culture is the only culture really that don't really want to do that. You all people say, well, I had to work hard for it and I had to do this, and we'll go help somebody else. child, or they help somebody else, but then they forget their own people, So I applaud what he's doing. I think it's so strategic. It's very smart. And yeah, and even still, like, people don't want to watch it. Like, I try to send people like the videos of him talking about how kids, how the school system is so corrupt, and what we learning in school, the history really doesn't matter. Business, we should learn about black entrepreneurs and stuff, that things that's going to benefit us long term, so like I said, I really enjoy watching his channels. It's just amazing to me. He knows a lot. The Breakfast Club, I was trying to figure out, because he said weeks ago that he was going to be on the Breakfast Club, and they just decided to put the interview out. But that's neither here nor there. I'm happy. And also, DJ Envy was sharing a great story, talking about his child. And I was like, I don't want to sound like no sucker, but like, I was kind of touched by the things that he was saying, because he was just talking about how his son really don't even care about all the cars and all the other stuff. Like, his son's focus is trying to be a bit successful as a businessman, and DJ Envy, then he should have, that at that moment I felt like he should have gave credit to Dame Dash. Because I know Dame Dash they might not got along on that day, and he might not like what Dame Dash said, but I guarantee you it sparked something inside DJ Envy and inspire him to teach his son something, teach his son things that he learned from what Dame Dash was saying. So I think that when people should give credit when credit is due, like. That's just my personal opinion. But like I said, y'all let me know. I don't know if y'all watch Dr.Boyce Watkins, but it's a great, he has a great channel, so make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. He makes, like I said, he makes great videos, and he has great content, and he has inspired me and showed me, a lot of things that I didn't know. And I'd be at work sometimes for like hours, and a lot of his material just get me through the day and help me, incorporate those things and pick apart what I need to use to get ahead. But anyway, y'all click that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think.